Jamaica Daily Brief, Friday, June 19th, 2026. Your daily highlight of the major stories. First up, new claims emerge about how the Deportee deal actually came together. Nationwide News is reporting that sources close to the U.S. government say Washington threatened to revoke the non-immigrant visas of ordinary Jamaicans earlier this year, and that this threat played a role in pushing the Holness administration to agree to the third country nationals deal. The same sources say Jamaicans were placed on a list of 75 nationalities, facing indefinite pauses on immigrant visa processing back in January, which the sources describe as a calculated pressure tactic. Minister Chang has denied this version of events, saying Washington never attempted to force Jamaica's hand. Separately, opposition leader Mark Golding is calling for Chang to appear before Parliament's Privileges Committee, after a newspaper report suggested the arrangement was first proposed to the U.S. by Minister without Portfolio Audrey Marks in March, a claim Golding says contradicts what Chang told Parliament this week. The government has confirmed the MOU was signed on June 10th, with a cap of 25 individuals every 2 weeks, mandatory screening by the National Intelligence Bureau, and the right for Jamaica to reject any individual at any time. Turning now to domestic politics. The opposition is intensifying calls for Minister Andrew Wheatley to be removed from cabinet, after an Integrity Commission report recommended he face criminal charges for illicit enrichment. The report reportedly found inconsistencies between what Wheatley told investigators and what the evidence showed, including unsubstantiated claims about rental income. Wheatley has rejected the commission's conclusions and accused investigators of ignoring evidence. In a story of pure joy, Ackee Walk and Jacksontown residents finally receive land titles after decades of waiting. Following a ceremony at Meadowbrook Church of Christ in Kingston, dozens of families who have lived on their properties for generations, some for nearly 60 years, received formal legal ownership for the first time. Prime Minister Holness, who presented several of the titles personally, said increasing land titling is critical to Jamaica's economic development, citing global data linking high titling rates to higher GDP. For many recipients, the moment carried as much grief as celebration, with several reflecting on relatives who did not live to see the day. On infrastructure, Jamaica's Accelerated Bridge Program reaches a major milestone. Minister with responsibility for works Robert Morgan told Parliament that 55 bridges across the island are now part of an active national bridge replacement program, the largest such undertaking by any Jamaican government to date. Morgan said the program is designed not just to repair aging structures, but to build climate-resilient infrastructure capable of withstanding stronger floods and more extreme weather. 2 Jamaican farm workers lose their lives in a crash in Canada. Rupert Bell and David Lindsay, both participants in the Seasonal Agricultural Workers Program, died in a traffic collision in Ontario on Thursday. Minister of Labour Pernell Charles Jr. extended condolences to both families, noting that the men had dedicated years of service to the program that supports thousands of Jamaican households. A full investigation by Canadian authorities is ongoing. In St. Elizabeth. In Westmoreland, investigators remain without a breakthrough in the death of a well-known yoga instructor. 79-year-old Finette Johnson, originally from France and a longtime resident of Negril, was found dead at her home on Tuesday with bruises to her neck. Johnson had taught yoga at several hotels in the Negril community for more than 3 decades, with prior experience in Paris and New York. A senior police official told the Jamaica Observer that while there were no obvious signs of forced entry, a significant amount of work has gone into the investigation, which remains in its early stages. Her body has been taken to the morgue pending a post-mortem examination. And closing, a reminder about fuel prices. A Jamaica Observer report this week noted that while global oil prices have retreated somewhat, that relief has not yet reached Jamaican consumers. Analysts say it typically takes time for international price movements to filter down to the pump, meaning Jamaicans should not expect an immediate drop despite the global trend. That is your Jamaica Daily Brief for Friday, June 19th, 2026. Please like and subscribe to be kept up to date with the daily news coming out of Jamaica. See you tomorrow.